What's up, everybody? It's Coach D here at the Triumph Performance Institute. And today is day 2 of our 14-day Corona Lock-In Challenge. So I have to ask, what have you been doing? It's okay. I'll wait. I know what you should have been doing. You should have found out so much more about yourself. One being, what's your why? What's the internal motivator that helps you create and strive to achieve goals and visions? Maybe you don't have those. You should also find that out. But our goal is to not only find out what you have done in the past that has worked for you, but also find out what has not, or what is the hindrance that is holding you back from achieving your goals and visions. Here at the Triumph Performance Institute, we've identified some key areas which has always been an influence over some of our athletes. In these 3 categories, the pregame, you're going to see situations like, what type of routines do you have to get you ready for a game? On top of that, what types of beliefs do you have about the game? And more importantly, what tools can you have to help create a championship mentality so that you can go conquer the game? In your end game, that's how do you maintain that championship mentality when things start to break down? Or you start hearing comments from fans, your family, your coach, or teammates. How do you handle that and bounce back immediately? And in our post game, what are you taking home with you? Here at Triumph, we like to ask 3 questions. 1, what did you learn? 2, how can I use that in the future? And 3, what are 3 positive takeaways that I can keep building from? Now, as we move into our pregame series, check out Jeff as he gives you some great tools to get you ready for the game.
Nice assist, Coach. Thanks, D. Hey, I am so excited to talk to you today about a topic that's very important to me, and it's about how do you control anxiety and performance anxiety and stresses, and we're going to put it into a package for you in a pregame routine. The reason we have pregame routines is it's like, what do I do the night before to prepare? How do I get my mind ready? What do I do the morning of? What do I eat? What do I think about? How do I get into the zone? And the more you do that, the more consistent you can be with that routine, the more confident you're going to feel. You're going to have tools that are going to get rid of anxieties and doubts when you're having them. So what I want to start you with is something that I call the inverted U. And the inverted U is every athlete has to figure out where do they perform their best. So we got the inverted U right here, and up here is football players. And a lot of basketball, and it's bang on the chest, and yes, I'm great, and I need to pound on my chest to feel good. And then down here, we have chess. We have golf. And so this is the more meditative, the more in the zone, the more in the flow. And some people need that. But where most people fall is somewhere in between there and there. And what we want to do is we want to be able to get you to the point where you perform your best. And it might take music. It might take some upbeat music, or it may take a relaxation technique to lower your stress level and to get you to focus on good outcomes rather than the doubt and the fear that you may be feeling. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a pregame routine that is going to help you get into the zone basically at the beginning of the game or when you need to, instead of just waiting to see if it happens. So let's go to how do you create a pregame routine? Okay, so we provided you with a free download, a pre-competition worksheet, and I'd like to kind of go through that a little bit with you to help you understand what you're going to be doing as you're filling that out, because there's a purpose for each one of these things, and you want to have these all in your pre-game preparation. So the first thing is eating and drinking. I want you to really think about what the night before, what are you eating? What are you drinking? What time are you, or the next morning before the competition, when do you compete? How long do you eat in advance? What do you eat? Do you know how your body does with carbs, or do you do better with proteins? That's an individual thing, and everybody has to figure that out on their own. The next thing is sleep. What time do you need to go to bed? You need to be consistent as you can with this. And what happens is athletes stay up really late and they don't know why they perform at a lower level. And it's like, you got to get the appropriate amount of sleep before a competition. And you have to monitor that. How much do you need? The next thing is on the inverted U, we got to start figuring out how do we get you to this place where you perform your best. A lot of times that can be music. Do you listen to music to pump you up, to get you to come up, or do you listen to music if you're up here and you're really amped and you like to perform down here? Do you need to get music that'll bring you down? Relaxation techniques. There always should be some kind of relaxation technique and refocus technique that's going to bring you back to like the zone. So that's something that we're going to provide you, and it's an audio that allows you to respond to a cue, and that'll be in a later session this week. The next thing is, do you have any rituals? Do you have any rituals that you do the night before? I used to, as an athlete, I used to put my wrestling uniform out and put all my knee pads in my headgear and how much I could eat and what. I had everything laid out the night before. I had music that I listened to. I would go to bed at the exact same time every time. And I knew exactly what food did what to my body, that like certain kinds of foods made me feel ill or sick, and certain kind of foods I felt great with. And I had to learn that to be able to perform at a peak level. And then there's a lot of mental strategies that you probably don't know now, and it would be great if you want to take a class from us or sign up for individual sessions. But things like getting into the zone when you need to, and refocus, and using visual imagery. We're going to touch on a lot of these later on in the week, but you need one of those techniques, because if you are having doubt and stress and worry and feel like you're not being able to get into the zone, and you need a tool that gets you out of that. And we have that tool. It's, you got to identify that belief, you got to feel that belief, and then you got to refocus on what you want to feel. And we're going to teach that later on in the week. So I'm so excited about what you guys are going to accomplish over the next 13, 14 days. We've got a list of activities that we're setting up, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. Let's take it back to D.
Thanks, Jeff. So now let's have a quick recap. Even though we're only in day 2, you've received a lot of great resources that have helped you identify, do I have a vision? And if I do, is it the why that's motivating me, or is it something that someone else may have given me? Besides that, you should identify what kind of blocks have been keeping you from achieving it today. Now that you're starting to identify these things, now it's time to put your game face on, get relaxed and in the zone, and go perform. And that's why those tools that Jeff just gave as a pregame routine will be essential foundation components that will help you to achieve consistently as you continue on your journey. And remember, things are always better with someone else, whether it be a friend or a teammate. So please share our resources with all those that you know. See you soon.